Oh, cheapo. Unlike your stimulus check. It's Home LLA with your latest update on stimulus and how to recycle old shades around the house to give you a great look for fractions on the dollar. These shades were actually free. They're about 55 cents. But in this recording, I go over the latest updates about your stimulus and how to take shades around the corner, around the home, and make them beautiful once again. I know it's cold on the East Coast, so I have my wishes for all my East Coast viewers who are just absolutely battling coldness today. But this is Home LA, lighthearted, easy breezy with a little bit of stimulus and a little bit of shadiness. And I'm so glad you joined me at 12 noon, direct from here from Los Angeles. It's cold here. It is cold here. You can't tell in the outside, but it's there is some sun, but it is still cold here on the West Coast. And I have some breaking details, in addition to the breaking details we had earlier today on Mornings LALate. There is just stuff hitting across the board. And I will be covering these breaking details for you. If you're tuning in just after 12 noon, I am live. This is me. I'm live. I've been getting comments from people saying, I just tuned into you at 11 o'clock in the middle of the day and you didn't answer me. Because that's not me. That's a lot. That's taped me. If you're watching a video and it says under the video, streamed, oh my God, we're off to a rocket start. Nisi and Bobby. Nisi with the dancing bear. I don't care because I'm a dancing bear. Bobby with the dancing bear going the other direction. They're competing pairs. It's like Dancing with the Pairs. Instead of Dancing with the Stars, it's Dancing with the Pairs. I think Dancing with the Pairs actually are bigger stars than some of the stars they have on Dancing with the Stars. But it's like Dancing with the Pairs stars right off there. Thank you for the, if you subscribe, please subscribe. This is the fastest growing channel out there with 24 hours breaking news reports around the corner. And Mark Provost just became a Purple Hawk. I really appreciate it. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Click the member link in the top of the description or in the top of the video or in the description. Become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. This is the fastest growing community out there for a reason. The most comprehensive reporting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, going from 1 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the evening. I'm going over incredible details like SNAP benefits for 6-year-olds and younger, hundreds of dollars, like rent stimulus for unusual circumstances, like paid sick leave if your students close for $1,400 a week. This is masterclass of stimulus. This is a lot of information. And minutes before this recording, the members of this channel got a series of revamped new PDFs. So I'm breaking them into subjects. You now have the Biden stimulus package proposal as a PDF. You have the Republican counterproposal as a PDF. You had the EIDL grant as a PDF. And now you have two new PDFs, which I delivered from you, one from Pfizer and one from Moderna, which are very important if you're wondering about effectiveness of the vaccine and stimulus. The summary of those is that Pfizer's first vaccine is only has a 50% effectiveness for battling the virus, whereas Moderna's first vaccine gives you an 81% first dose, gives you an 81% effectiveness for the vaccine. Earlier today, I delivered on Morning to LA the details that the Republicans have a counterproposal for Joe Biden's third stimulus package. The counterproposal is much of nothing. It's nothing anyone should ever really give any lip service to, but they want to get lip service for themselves. Here's the side note. I didn't say it this morning, but I'm going to say it now. I think this is all sort of a ramp up for people to try to figure out who's going to be the new leader of the Republican Party and to tee themselves up for a presidential run in 4 years from now. So you see a lot of people trying to get publicity for themselves. I don't think they think they're going to get anywhere with this counter proposal. It's sort of ridiculous. It's just PPP again. It's less stimulus checks, and that's it. There's nothing even in there. If you saw me on Twitter minutes ago, I tweeted Mitt Romney. I said, Mitt, I have a question for you, Mitt. You wrote the hazard pay bill in 2020, which was really wonderful. It was a wonderful hazard pay bill. Why was it wonderful? Because it required the employer to apply for you for hazard pay. It made it a law. Second, the employer is paid to apply for you, so it encourages them to apply for you. And three, it ensured that you would get the hazard pay. Alicia, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate the dancing bear. I don't care. I loved Mitt Romney's hazard pay bill. You heard me record 1,000 times in summer of 2020 how good Mitt Romney's hazard pay bill was. It was better than Nancy's because Nancy's said it was voluntary for the employer to apply. His made it required for the employer to apply. So I tweeted Mitt, I'm like, okay, you're doing a third stimulus package. Where's your own hazard pay bill? You wrote the great hazard pay bill. So I tweeted him was, why don't you put your own hazard pay bill from 2020, put it back to the Senate floor next week, put it on the Senate floor. It's a great bill, Mitt. The only thing particularly not as good as Nancy's was the amount of it was a little bit smaller than Nancy's. But that's why people just don't understand what's going on with congressional leaders. If you really do want to help, then you help all the time. Why do you write a hazard pay bill in 2020 and then forget that you ever had one? Why do you run as a presidential candidate out of California as our senator and ask for $2,000 stimulus checks every month for 6 months until the pandemic goes away, and then don't talk about it ever again? Why do congressional leaders talk about things and write bills and then suddenly sort of run from them? On Friday, hey Jen, thank you for the big super chat. Appreciate it. It's the pair doing this. He's working out. He's working on it. We got to work on this bill. So the breaking news as you start the midday. Let me give you a recap where we are today. Is that the second stimulus, excuse me, the third stimulus check bill will be put to a vote in the House of Representatives next week. It'll pass the House of Representatives and then it'll go to the Senate. Which bill it's going to be called for a vote is a little scary. It's a little scary. It's like entering the House of Horrors on a Monday. It's like, which bill is Nancy calling for a vote? We had been told it was the bill, the $1.9 trillion bill, the stimulus package. Now we're hearing about the reconciliation bill being called for a vote. That's no bueno because it's Plan B. It doesn't have what's supposed to be in there. Doesn't have SSI, SSDI. It doesn't have anything except a stimulus check. It doesn't have FPUC, doesn't have anything in there. So you don't want Nancy to only call the reconciliation Plan B bill for a vote next week. You want to also call the third stimulus package. But the day started with also with Mitt Romney and Susan Murkowski and Lisa Collins. It's also the same person to be at some point. It's Ron Mitney and Portman Romney and Lisa Collins and Susan Murkowski. It's just all the same person to be at. I just hear from the same four people every single day. And what do they want to do? Give you nothing. They want to give you a stimulus check. Well, actually, no, they don't want to give you a stimulus check. They only want to give some people stimulus checks. So they're actually shrinking the group of people. They don't want to give you FPC at $400 a week. They want to give you $300 a week going forward. They want to give FPC to September at $400 a week, $300 a week. They want to extend PUA and UI. They don't want to give you hazard pay. They don't want to give you rent. They don't want to give you anything decent. Hey, Kim, what's going on? Welcome, Kim, to the family. Welcome, Kim. And I also tweeted just minutes ago, Vanna, I'm tired of, I'm not going to, can I ask for a vowel, Vanna? Because I'm tired of people asking for the letter PPP in this country's Wheel of Fortune stimulus. Every week, congressional leaders are asking for PPP. Can we stop asking for a PPP? I'd like to ask for a vowel. I'd like to ask for a vow, I owe you. You owe me. Stop asking for PPP. The Romney plan, the Republican counter plan, which you're never going to see the time of day, says we need to get some more PPP. Earth to Mars, there currently is some PPP on the second stimulus package. It's currently available. Go get it. No one wants it again. Sort of like the last one where there's $850 billion of unused PPP from last year that's never was used. So Vanna, can we just Pat and Vanna, can we just take the P out of the game? Because I'm tired of that P being the game of Wheel of Fortune for stimulus. We've called that letter too many times in the stimulus. There's been 5 rounds of PPP or 20 rounds of PPP. So the Republicans' plan doesn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything except try to get them a book deal or get them on Face the Nation, which is what they want. They want press for themselves. Everyone wants press for themselves. They all after power. They're all after money and fame and running for higher office, whatever office that is, and that's what they want. They don't want to help you. Of course not. That's not. They don't do that. They're elected to make themselves money. That's what they're elected for. So the big report coming out minutes ago is a little bit is actually very consistent with what I had warned you on Friday and Saturday. I had told you Friday and Saturday that the current stimulus package does under Joe Biden, Plan A, doesn't work, not only because it's not what he promised, but also because of the lack of vaccinations and the worrisome of the new South African strain. Thank you, Bobby, for the dancing pair. The new South African strain. If you tuned in to Afternoons LA yesterday, I think it was What the Chuck. It was a hugely watched video because the new South African strain has been found in Baltimore, just a few miles away from the White House, by an individual who now has the South African strain of the virus, and that person had not traveled internationally. And so, what does this new report out says? The new report says it's going to get very, very, very bad in this country in about 4 weeks because, and this report um, is from Joe Biden's head of COVID-19 during the transition period, Dr. Michael Osserloff, who I've quoted before. This is Joe Biden's head of COVID task on the transition team. He said on Sunday's Meet the Press, we have to do an audible. I think there's no doubt about it. The fact is that the surge that is likely to occur within the new variant is going to happen in the next 6 to 14 weeks. And if we see that happen, which in my 45 years in the trenches tell me we will, we are going to see something we have not seen yet in this country. We still want to get 2 doses into everyone, but I think right now, in advance of the surge, we need to get as many as 1 doses in as many people over 65 as possible to reduce serious illness and death that can occur in the weeks ahead. This is a very, very strong message. Osoloff is basically saying that, and that the South African variant is so troubling that you better get as many vaccinations into 65-year-old or older, at least 1 dose right away, because in 4 to 6 weeks, the surge of the South African variants in this country is going to really kick us very badly. And it's going to kick us at a time in which New York's governor wrongly has reopened restaurants. California's governor has wrongly reopened restaurants. And as Osoloff says, hey, in some parts of the country, it just looks beautiful. The sky's out, the surf is beautiful. Osoloff says, you're sitting on the beach where it's 70 degrees. He's referring to Los Angeles. Perfectly blue skies, gentle breeze, but I see the hurricane category 5 or higher, 40 miles offshore. Telling people to evacuate onto a nice blue sky sea is going to be hard, but I can tell you the hurricane is coming. This is scary. And the reason why you got a new PDF for me, thank you, D. Lennis, is because this impacts your stimulus and it impacts you. Joe Biden wrote the stimulus package at a time in which the variants did not exist. What are these variants? If you're joining me at the 13-minute mark with 1,000 people in the room and 300 likes, come on, let's get those likes up. 1,000 people in the room but only 300 likes? Come on, listen to Queen Sandy. She's in the room. She's our like queen. She's going to get on you. Get those likes up and get more people in the room. Tell them to come on in. Joe wrote this stimulus package at a time at which we didn't have these variants. We didn't have the South African variant. What is the South African variant? If you don't know, the South African variant is a mutation of the virus. The mutation of the virus spreads faster. There is currently no vaccine for it, even though Moderna indicates that its current vaccine will work for about 6 months, but after that you need a booster. That's their current representation. And the South African variant was not in existence when Joe Biden wrote this stimulus package. The stimulus package calls for a single $1,400 stimulus check for individuals. Double for married couples, $1,400 for children, $3,200 for adult dependents. If you're on SSI or SSDI, Social Security or railroad benefits, you either get $1,400 or you get $3,200. And the issue is that that amount was written when we didn't have a variant. Joe Biden represented the country is going to reopen in 30, 90 days from now, and schools are going to be back to normal by April. April, that's exactly where Ossoff is saying that you're going to see out of control hurricane attacks of the variant. And hence, you need more stimulus. You need more stimulus checks. You need hazard pay like you've never seen hazard pay. You need SSI and SSDI. Anything about that $200 a month raise. No, what the update, Bradley, is it's not in the package. To recap, the third stimulus package does not have FPC retro in there as promised. Does not have $600 a week in there as promised. Does not have the $200 a month for SSI and SSDI as promised. Does not have multiple stimulus checks as promised. Does not have the $2,000 stimulus check as promised. I can keep on going down the list, but I think you got the messaging. At the time of this recording, the viewers of this channel certainly know there's only two amounts for stimulus checks. There's only two numbers. The viewers of this channel are sophisticated and informed. They know there's either a $1,400 stimulus check if you're an individual or a $3,200 stimulus check if you're adult dependent. It's not particularly truthful for other YouTube channels to still call it the $2,000 stimulus check. There is no $2,000 stimulus check anymore. There is no $2,000 stimulus check. Now, we all know $1,400 plus $600 is $2,000. But some channels are still saying $2,000 stimulus check coming next week. $2,000 stimulus check coming a week from now. $2,000 stimulus check bill. There is no $2,000 stimulus anything. Thank you, D. Lentius. D. Lentius. I almost got that right. With the dancing bear, I really appreciate it. There is no $2,000 anything for stimulus check. So if you see a video that says $2,000 stimulus check in the title, skip it, don't watch it, and if someone sends it to you, send a negative thumbs down. It is false advertising, and it's completely inaccurate to say that there's a $2,000 stimulus check coming from Joe Biden. He does not have a $2,000 stimulus check. That is why the Purple Power is stepping up. He had promised a $2,000 stimulus check, but the bill does not have a $2,000 stimulus check. It has a $1,400 stimulus check if you're individuals, $3,200 if you're adult dependent. Those are the two numbers you know. You know that. So are we not going to get the $1,400? I thought I just made that clear, but I'll try it again. You're getting $1,400. You're not getting $2,000. Sabrina, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to repeat again. You're getting $1,400 if you're an individual, $3,200 if you're adult dependent. You're not getting $2,000. That's a number that doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist, and that's why the Purple Power is stepping up, because this is a big issue. $2,000 was promised to you. In fall of 2020, the bill that was introduced said $1,400 as a fix-it bill, and then they said, oh, next year we're going to give you a new $2,000 stimulus check. Ossoff and Warnoff, the senators from Georgia, said we're going to give you a $2,000 stimulus check next year. They said, you elect us, we give a $2,000 stimulus check next year. Joe Biden said, I'm going to give you a $2,000 stimulus check next year. Everyone promised you a $2,000 stimulus check next year, but they haven't delivered. So if anyone is telling you anywhere or putting in the title, $2,000 stimulus check, don't click on anything that says $2,000 stimulus check because it's not true. It's not a number happening. Now, the U.S. progressives wrote a letter last week that asked for multiple stimulus checks until the end of the pandemic. They also did not use the word $2,000. In fact, their letter does not even talk about how much the check should be. So that is not also a basis of a video. And other people were writing videos saying, oh, you're going to get $2,000 every month. That was the title, $2,000 every month. That was also not even said by the progressives. Untrue, 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 untrue. It just keeps on going. But my concern is this. My concern is what's going to happen next week for you and me. So let's recap now at the 20-minute mark. The recap as you sit here today is that on Friday, Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary to Joe Biden, came into a meeting with him and Kamala Harris and said, "What's going on? What's going on here? You're going too slow, Joe." And it was just after that was Friday. The prior Monday, Joe said, we'll get to this in a couple of weeks from now. We'll see how we go on a few weeks from now." And his press secretary said, "We'll see how this goes in a few weeks from now." On Friday, Janet Yellen said, "You need to get this going right now." "What do you mean a few weeks from now? What are we doing here? Got to get going right now." And that was very emphatic. And so quickly, Joe on Friday said, "We got to move right now." Janet told me. So suddenly you saw a brand new awakening, but you did it first, Purple Power. The viewers of this channel did it first. You were on social media on Monday and Tuesday pushing him to move because he wasn't moving. In fact, today, earlier on Mornings LATE, I gave you a side note, but let me give you more about it right now. Joe, over the last 2 weeks, was trying to accommodate both sides of the political spectrum and get them both to agree to things. And so he's having Zoom chats every day. 16 people on the phone, on the Zoom you, Zoom me. We Zoom each other, and we Zoom one another. And he said, "Yeah, hi Mitt, how are you? Zoom you, Mitt. Hey, Ron Portman, hey, Susan Collins." So he thought he was getting somewhere. I was like, "Joe, you ain't getting anywhere. Just do the bill. You said just do the bill." This is my concern. This is my concern. He did waste time, says Colleen, but here's also my concern. Colleen's right on point. My other concern is he came in at FPUC at $400 a week. Why? I told you that's big trouble when Joe started at $400 a week when he wrote $600. He promised $600. He promised FPUC. Why? Because here's Mitt today saying, "Hi, you want 400? I'll do 300. We'll cut in half. We'll do 350, 355. Wait a second. Why did Joe start so low? No one told Joe to come in at $400 a week. He thought he could do $400 a week to sort of be accommodating to other people. Well, guess what? Those people that you were trying to be accommodating to, they came in real low. Uh, that's item number one. Item number two, stimulus checks. You should have had $3,400 stimulus check. That's $2,000 plus $1,400, and $5,200 stimulus check, $2,000 and $3,200. Instead, he said, "I want to be accommodating. I'll just do $1,400 stimulus checks." Well, guess what? Mitt Romney and his group came in today. They said, "We'll cut the number in half. So we'll basically just pay people who make less than, this amount will get a stimulus check." So many of you that got a stimulus check this last time around, Lisa Murkowski and Susan Murkowski and Ron Romney and Mitt Portman don't want to give you a stimulus check at all because you're not nearly tailored. You're not what is that expression they use? Nearly tailored. And Mitt 300. Yeah, Mitt wants to do 300. Mitt wants to do 300, and he doesn't want to give a stimulus check to most people. He wants to only give it to super, super, super low income individuals. Then they don't want to do SSI and SSDI, of course. They would never be compassionate about that. They don't want to give SSI or SSDI. So that's where you are. Let me answer some of the incredible 2,000 questions from yesterday in comments. If you have comments in today's video, drop them in comments below. With 1,400 people in the room, wow, we're doing great. 1,500 people in the room. But listen to Queen Sandy. Let's get those likes up to 1,000. 600, come on now. Get those likes up. Hit that like button. Use those fingers. Put the Mai Tai down at the casino. Have Sirloin hold your Mai Tai where you give me a like. I would appreciate it. There we go. 640, 650. 573 Fishing and Outdoors said they need to get the SSI done already. We've been forgotten for years. Plus, they should do something about the income limits for SNAP. It's ridiculous. I can't get SNAP for my family of 3 at $38,000 a year. Really? Wow, that's a great comment. I agree with him. That's a great comment. Sharon Cheney. They have to know where the vaccines are because they have trackers on them. Someone knows something. When they put out the vaccines the first day, they said the doses were being tracked. Ooh, great, smart comment. This in regards to my reporting yesterday that the Biden camp has no idea how many doses there are. They had promised you 100 new vaccinations in 100 days. And let me make clear, his promise was 100 million new vaccinations in 100 days, not not counting the ones before he came into office. That's cheating. He said 100 million new vaccinations in 100 days. And well, the problem is that he now does not even know how many doses he has. And 25 million doses are missing, confirms Politico. Missing. How did 25 million doses disappear? Where are they? Drop in the comments above. Where do you think the 25 missing vaccine doses are? The Calcino? Where did the 25 million doses disappear to? Are they by the pool in the South Pacific listening to fine music? Well, they're in China? Someone said, China. Where did 25 million? They're on black market. They're for sale. They're in the trash can. Where do you think those 25 million doses disappear? Hey, Jed, what's going on? Everyone, welcome Jed to the family. They're in the black market. Wow, a lot of people say they're in the black market. Everyone, welcome Jed to the family. They're at Moronga. They're going gambling somewhere. They're at the casino. Everyone, welcome Jed to the family. They're in ice cream. Oh, that's awful. Don't say that. Nancy Doyle. I may be low income SSDI, but they're lower than low. Oh, I love that. David Jones. Where the heck is the SSDI, that stimulus? We need it now. People hurting. We need it now. Make the $1,400 higher to $2,000, period. Wow, I love that. I would do comma, but LA wants it to $2,400 because that's what was promised, not $2,000. It was promised $1,400 plus 2,000. 761 likes. Come on, let's get those likes and 1,400 people in the room. Hey, Shirley, what's going on? Everyone, welcome Shirley and Jed to the family. Shirley and Jed are the new members of this family. I really appreciate it. We're trying to figure out where those missing 25 million doses are with 26 minutes in the room. Barbara Smith. Hello, everyone. Hello, Barbara Smith. Lynn Miller. There's Lynn Miller again. My gas is going up since Biden halted pipeline. Teresa Oliver. We need our $1,400 plus $2,000 stimulus check at the same time, plus $2,000 every month until the pandemic is over. I love Teresa Oliver. Yes, Teresa Oliver. Amen to that. Lulu Bell. What does Lulu say? One day on home, I'm like to show those faces ceramics on the shelves above the pine cones. I'm so curious about them, and they look fun. Oh, I did not know what she's referring to. I thought she's talking. I thought she's talking about, like it was Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. She's talking about those things up there. I don't know who she's referring to. One day at home, I liked you to show those face ceramics on the shelves above the pine cones. Oh, okay, she's there. I did not know who she's referring to. I'm so curious about them, and they look fun. They are fun. Here I am. I thought this was like a thing of stimulus. That's some shady comment about stimulus I wasn't getting. Oh my goodness. Um, Veronica Ramirez. Everyone needs help, not just people with kids. Okay, I didn't say only parents need help. Everyone needs help. So, Roland Jeffries. What about SSI? Are they working on this? That's the $1 million question. Sharon Burt. I'm a fighter, and I'm not even giving up. God will help me because God bless everyone. Patricia with the hippopotamus. Hello, Patricia with the hippopotamus. Mark Kohler. They keep on postponing that stimulus because they think in their minds the epidemic will be over tomorrow. That's a great comment. That's sort of what I've been detailing. That Joe said that America's going to reopen in 90 days. We're going to reopen and go back to school, and businesses will open and schools will open in 90 days because we're going to have 100 million vaccinations. Earth to Mars, Joe, the, the South African variant of the virus will be everywhere in 4 weeks from now. And that's exactly when you're not going to reopen because there's going to be higher infection rates. Uh, you know, Kimberly Shump. Where's Biden's first bill? Hey, Jed, wow, with this massive super chat. And the dancing pear is flying. It's a flying pear. It's super pear. It's super pear. Super pear. There's super pear with the cape and everything. He's able to climb tall mountains and fly. Super pear and kryptonite is a delicious recipe from Martha Stewart's home cooking cookbook. You should really try it. Super pear and kryptonite. Kimberly Shump, where is Biden's first bill? This is his first bill. We don't have it yet. We're waiting for it next week. What happened to Kamala's reoccurring payments? It was written as a bill, and she has run as far as she can run from that bill, and has not talked about the bill. Great comment. But on Friday, or was it Thursday? She was written a letter by the U.S. House Progressives, of which she was once a progressive in the Senate, saying, "Hi, we'd like reoccurring payments." Her response? She had none. Amanda, everyone welcome Amanda to the family with 1,500 people in the room and 868 likes. Queen Sandy's going to get on you with those. She's the like queen. Get those likes up, please. But 1,500, we are rocking. This is doing great. A lot of great new members. Cheryl Wells. Well, I have a special needs kid and he's 16 and he goes to school. So what will I get for him? So if he has this, that's a great question. Candy Rogue with another dancing pair. I appreciate it. We're all dancing pairs. We don't care. Well, we do care about your stimulus, but I'm sure Ron Portman wants to have a dancing pair. I'm a dancing pair. I don't care, Ron Portman. No, Ron, that's not an expression. Hey, Donna, what's going on? Donna Patistoni. Everyone, welcome Donna Pastistoni into the family. Welcome, Donna to the family. I really appreciate for becoming a part of this incredible family. That's a great question. Ultimately, we need to ensure that they get these things done right away. We've not seen the bill. The minute the bill is called for a vote, we're going to see the bill. And certainly, if we see Plan B's bill before we see Plan A's bill, then we'll see Plan B's bill, and I'll be delivering it to you as well. At the 32-minute mark, let me turn to some shadiness. Shadiness involves some shades. I know it's cold on the East Coast, but around the clock, you can really bring those shades out of storage in your home. And believe it or not, old school shades are new again. There is not a shade that is not fashionable. I've never heard a shade that is out of style. Thank you, John, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Here are a bunch of shades that I found somewhere once. I don't even know if I paid for them. They're just like a free giveaway shades, a beverage company's shades. And shades just, they never really go out of style. I always recommend people never get rid of your shades. I don't care how old they are. Just don't get rid of them. And I always recommend keep all your shades together in the home because it's very easy to lose sunglasses. It's just easy to lose them. The best way to do them is just to keep them together. Keep all your shades together. And, believe it or not, I choose shades based upon what I'm wearing. Some shades just don't look good with a certain look that you're wearing. Don't matter how much you want to wear those shades, but some shades just don't look good with what you're wearing. So, here's another $5 special for you. These shades, they have their own functionality, but they may not look right for other items that you wear. And so, some shades, you may want to say, give an homage to Yoko Ono with these shades. Someone said, no, no, scratch that. I don't like those. No, sorry. No, try again. Tough crowd we got here. Tough crowd. So what I always do, because what I always recommend is keep all your shades together in the home, because when you're ready to get dressed and you're just throwing shades on, uh, then you may try something like, oh God, no, what are you doing? And then you'll put something else on. You're like, oh, okay, that sort of works. It's sort of like risky business. It's like, there you go. With 35 minutes in the room, we got 953 likes. Can we get it to 1,000 likes? Let's see if we can rock and roll to 1,000 likes on a midday report of Home LLA. It's with 1,500 people in the room. It's a lot of people. Thank you so much. The big news as you start the big afternoon is that you have a series of forces at play now about your stimulus. You have the viewers of this channel who need to take these videos and share them on Facebook. As someone said earlier today, if one person took one video and tweeted it per day, that would be a lot of help, because you want to get the messages out. First, hashtag SS200. Get elected officials to understand they need to not forget about SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits. $200 a month from now until the end of the pandemic, well, to the end of December, plus a 20% up to 20% increase and a new benchmark. Yeah, they could do it as a standalone bill, but this is the time and place to do it. Do it now. Don't forget us, because none of you have talked about us or those on benefits since December. Item number 2, FPUC retro. Joe made a big blunder by coming in at $400 a week in his bill, which we're waiting to see, but I have the proposal for it, the 30-page summary. And it's $400 a week going forward to September with UI and PUA, $400 a week. Not much money. He said $600 a week before. And it's not retro. Hashtag FPUC retro. Next, MSC, hashtag MSC. Fight and push for these things. You were promised $2,000 new check for this year, a new $2,000 check for this year for everyone, and then a $1,400 check for last year for adult dependents and $3,200 for $1,400 for individuals and $3,200 for adult dependents. If you're on SSI, you get all that as well, same as everyone else. They're not delivering that. Hashtag MSC. Meantime, hazard pay, grants, rent, business grants, business loans. We don't know those details. We'll see them next week. Earlier today, we started with a counterproposal by the Republicans, which I'll detail more on afternoons LA to 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Join me for that double hitter, 3:30, and then at 4 o'clock, afternoons LA and third stimulus. But it doesn't do much of anything. It's a very small bill that doesn't do much of anything. And in this recording, you heard the concern that the variant of the virus detailed on What the Chuck yesterday is out of control, and that in 4 weeks from now, you could have massive spreading across the country with very few people vaccinated. And that's a concern, that there's no stimulus predicated upon those events. The stimulus proposed by the Biden administration is predicated upon everyone back to normal in 90 days. Well, we may be without some shades being worn in 90 days because it's still cold, but we won't be back to normal. Thank you for joining me on Afternoons on Home LA with 1,500 people in the room and 1,000 likes. I really appreciate all your work. Good job, Queen Sandy. And what a day it is. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free to subscribe. We're trying to add about another 5,000 subscribers in the next few weeks. Also, like this video. It's free to subscribe. It's free to post in the comments. If you're watching this video after 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, you're watching a taped version. And as a taped version, once the video is archived, you can no longer jump into the live chat, but you can comment in the comments, and I respond to comments throughout the day. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, and stay with LA for more.